What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fatal Garage. I'm Josh Thornell. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator and what all has been done to it since we picked it up from the dealership, already with the 2-inch Mopar lift on it. So at the dealership, like I said, we already picked it up in the 2-inch Mopar lift that it already has. Already came with these Nitto Trail Grapplers, 37 by 12.5s on these 18-inch KMC XD Recon wheels. And that was really about it. That's all that came with it from a stock factory. Besides all, obviously, the Rubicon options that were added on top. Starting with under the hood, and I apologize, guys, my engine's usually far cleaner than this. I haven't washed it, I guess, in a little bit. Been preoccupied with going on rallies with the ATS-V lately, and more on that later. So under the hood, the only thing that I've actually changed since stock form is actually replace this PCV line with a Mishimoto catch can. And the reason I did that is these Pentastar engines are notorious for a blow-by, and I just didn't want that going back into the engine. This is a quick and easy install. Like I said, it's about 2 pieces you take out, you attach a bracket, put on the catch can, and the only thing that I do is I drain the catch can at every oil change. So underneath the front end, we have the Fox adjustable steering stabilizer that we had upgraded from the original. This thing has been awesome. I really like that you can adjust it. I believe I have it on 13 clicks out of 25 clicks of adjustability. This really got back my steering feel back from the 37s from factory. So I also replaced the front axle disconnect skid plate with this Artec front axle disconnect skid plate. It's a lot beefier, also get a little bit more out of the way, and as well provides a little extra protection to the front end of this, and also allowed me to put on this Fox steering stabilizer aftermarket versus the Evo manufacturing version does not allow for that. So underneath the front end as well, I also replaced the front track bar with this Evo manufacturing adjustable track bar. It's a lot beefier than the OEM track bar and adds a lot more stability, as well as I was able to recenter my front axle into my front end, which helps a lot with steering. Also on the front end, I also replaced it with the Evo manufacturing adjustable sway bar end links. I wanted to raise up my sway bar to get a little extra stability when I was on road, as well as these things are awesome and adjustable for when I go aftermarket and get bigger, a higher lift or anything else. Additionally, on the front end, as you guys saw in my previous video, we also replaced it with the Evo stainless steel braided brake lines. If you want to watch that video, link in the description below. As well as we also replaced it with the Evo front lower control arms adjustable, as well as the Evo upper control arms adjustable as well. Really just to stiffen up the front end. We haven't done the rear end yet, but I wanted to get the front end complete, and as well these will be usable no matter if I decide to go to a 4.5-inch lift later down the road. Right now we're going to be staying at that 2.5-inch lift point, and that should be doable for now. Moving back to the rear end of the Jeep, we also replaced the stainless steel brake lines with the Evo stainless steel braided. We also replaced them with the Evo adjustable sway bar end links, same as we did in the front. Different size as well for the rear, obviously. These are much longer than on the front. We also replaced the rear track bar with the Evo manufacturing adjustable track bar. The original track bar on these Jeep Gladiators is comically flimsy. I highly recommend replacing them, as well as to recenter your rear axle is much needed. Alright guys, so my last 2 pieces I actually want to show off here that we've changed since we got it from our factory is we went with the Antenna X shorty antenna. I like these. No whipper whapper from the long one going against the windshield when you're off-roading or anything else like that. We also went with some tint, as you can tell. So we got 50% tint on the front windshield. This is by Imperial Tint here in Kirkland, Washington. And then we also have 20% tint on all the windows the rest of the round. This last piece I really wanted to show you guys actually is by the innovative JK Products company. This is for my ARB dual compressor underneath my passenger seat. I also outfitted it with these quick connect lines, that way I can easily connect on the ARB inflation kit. The way this works is right underneath my passenger seat is the compressor. Sits right here nicely. It has this bracket, solenoid, everything else, and it's pretty nifty right here in the Jeep. So that about wraps up everything I've done to the Jeep so far to date. If there's anything you guys want to see particularly doing an install on, or any product reviews, please let me know, as well as anything you guys saw in today's video. If you also want to pick it up for your Jeep, the links in the description will be in below. And just like that, I'm out.